Yeah, it's kind of like when you go from kindergarten or first grade, there's a learning adjustment. When you go from high school to college, there's a learning adjustment. I don't think I said anything that wasn't factually correct.
The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlyn Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300. Right there, look at it. It's 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase. Compared to the average game is 76.45. And to Angel Reese, it's only 10,000 people is what the contract is. Okay? This is WNBA.
What do LeBron James and Caitlyn Clark have in common? Both revolutionized their leagues as rookies. But while LeBron was embraced, Clark's arrival has sparked tension. Why are some WNBA players resisting the Caitlyn Clark wave? The truth may surprise you.
I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane. For the first time in their league history, they flew private. That should be celebrated in its own right. Caitlyn Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said.
Let's dive into Clark's record-breaking game. The impact was unbelievable. Though the NBA attendance soared and viewership exploded, it's as if she flipped a switch and suddenly, everyone's watching women's basketball. But here's the twist. Not everyone in the league is celebrating.
Today, upset with the fact that Stephen A. Smith hasn't been talking about WNBA enough for the last few years, and she's calling him out, and it got pretty nasty. Rob, I'm going to text this to you. You have this? Go ahead and play this clip. Go for it.
We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that.
We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlyn is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
She's talking all that trash. Could you imagine if it was racist? If that was a white girl.
White supremacist.
But it's not that simple. Clark's success might be a game changer for women's basketball, yet it's also causing a stir. Some players are giving her the cold shoulder, and the league is uncertain how to manage this rookie sensation. Curious about what's really happening behind the scenes? Stay tuned. We're about to uncover all the juicy details.
And she's going to face a level of hostility from lesbian players because she's not on team LGBTQ. She's a Catholic. She's got some boyfriend. She's going to walk into a extremely hostile environment. And so when it was Tiger Woods walking into a hostile environment of the PGA Tour, we talked about it, we covered it. We covered it sympathetically. We criticized the people that were against Tiger Woods. As it relates to Caitlyn Clark, who could come and make the WNBA.
Let's talk numbers. Caitlyn Clark's stats aren't just impressive. They're mind-blowing. But here's the shocker. Why are these record-breaking performances causing such a stir in the WNBA? It's not just about the points. It's about what these numbers mean for the future of women's basketball. Let's break it down. Clark's shooting percentage is through the roof. She's nailing 62.7% from within 5 feet, making her the top guard in two-point field goal percentage. That's not just good. That's elite-level efficiency. But it's not just her shooting that's grabbing attention.
We're figured out.
Stan, they've figured out each other. Caitlyn Clark talked about it after the game. She said, we're finally understanding each other. The best dynamic duo right now has been Caitlyn Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. Coming out of this Olympic break, watching those two play off of each other. They look rested. Kelsey Mitchell has been on fire.
Clark's playmaking is rewriting the record books. She set a WNBA record with 232 assists in her rookie season minus 232 assists. Imagine the impact on her team. It's like she's got eyes in the back of her head, effortlessly setting up teammates for easy scores. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Clark's style isn't just impressive. It's revolutionary. People are drawing comparisons to NBA legends like Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Steph Curry. These aren't random names. They're some of the most versatile, game-changing players in basketball history. Clark's game control, court vision, and long-range shooting are placing her in a lead of her own.
Angel break these rookie records has been phenomenal, but when it comes to Indiana and Chicago, Indiana is the more complete and together basketball team on both sides of the ball, which makes them a dangerous team in the playoffs. Chicago still fighting to hold on to that playoff spot.
Might be wondering, okay, she's good, but what's the big deal for the league? Brace yourself, the Caitlyn Clark effect is both real and spectacular. The Atlanta Dream set a record for the largest crowd at a WNBA game in Georgia history, with 7,576 fans coming out to watch Clark. That's not just a big crowd, it's a statement, and it's not a one-off. The Indiana Fever, Clark's team, has become must-see TV. Last season, they had just one nationally televised game. This season, they're featured in 36 out of 40 games on national broadcast. That's a complete 180. And it's all thanks to Clark.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlyn Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlyn Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put A'ja Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlyn.
Let's take a step back. Clark's impact isn't just about numbers and TV deals. She's transforming the way people view women's basketball. Every game she plays becomes an event, drawing in millions of viewers, minus 2.2 million for a single game, which is unprecedented in the WNBA. And it's not just about the sheer numbers, it's the quality. Clark's shooting range is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in women's basketball. She's sinking shots from distances once considered no man's land, making it seem like she's playing on a different court than everyone else.
And Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA, as she's now going to try to set the all-time record.
Clark's success isn't just changing games. It's reshaping the entire landscape of women's basketball. She's not just a standout player. She's a phenomenon. With each record she breaks and each crowd she draws, she's expanding the boundaries of what's possible for women in sports. You'd think the whole league would be celebrating her success. But here's the twist. It's causing serious drama. Behind the scenes in the WNBA, not everyone is thrilled about Caitlyn Clark. Her explosive entrance has left some players feeling overshadowed, creating a rift within the league. Angel Reese, a fellow player, voiced this sentiment directly, stating that the spotlight on women's basketball isn't solely due to Clark, but also because of others, including herself. Can you sense the tension in that statement?
WNBA, which nobody was talking about the WNBA just in a joking manner. She has made the WNBA and they hate it. What's the girl, PBD? The number one draft of last year. Was it last year?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese was talking crap about her. She's like, it's not just her. What about me? The
national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too.
But it's not just about hurt feelings. Clark's aggressive style of play is literally shaking things up on the court. Remember when she got a technical foul for punching the basket in frustration? Most players would be deflated, but not Clark. She actually thanked the ref, saying it fired her up to play even harder. You might be asking whether this is just about basketball or if there's something deeper at play. It turns out the debate touches on significant issues of race and gender in sports. While some argue the backlash against Clark is merely jealousy, others see it as a reflection of broader societal problems. So, what's the real story? Is Clark's rise beneficial or detrimental to the WNBA? It's complicated. On one side, players like Angel Reese feel their hard-earned contributions are being overshadowed. After years of dedication, suddenly this rookie is grabbing all the attention. You can see why that might be a tough pill to swallow.
Company, this corporation called the WNBA, is not profitable. They don't make money. They've never made money. They're fully subsidized by their daddy. And I get, like, they're shoving Caitlyn Clark down people's throats because she's a cash cow. Great. They're going to market the hell out of this white chick. That's whatever she is. She puts the ball in the hole.
On the other hand, some view Clark as a rising tide that could lift all boats. Her popularity is drawing unprecedented attention to the league, attracting more fans, TV deals, and revenue that could benefit everyone in the long run. But here's where it gets really interesting. This tension isn't just causing drama. It's sparking crucial conversations about equity and representation in women's sports. People are beginning to ask tough questions about who gets the spotlight and why.
And I think she is going to literally turn this thing around, not because of the stupid controversial bump, but bro, people are they're selling out to watch.
Think about it. When was the last time women's basketball garnered this much attention? Clark's impact is compelling everyone to rethink how we view the sport. She's not just transforming the game on the court. She's shifting the entire conversation around women's athletics.
The fact that there's some lift that's coming here.
Change is never easy, especially when it happens so quickly. Some players feel left behind, and their concerns are valid. The challenge now is balancing the celebration of Clark's success with recognizing the achievements of other players. Just when it seemed like the WNBA was facing an internal crisis, a surprising twist emerged. What if the drama around Caitlyn Clark is exactly what the league needs? Conflict might be turning into the biggest opportunity in WNBA history. The league has struggled financially for years, losing about $50 million annually. That's not a minor issue. It's a full-blown crisis. But Caitlyn Clark might be the game changer the WNBA has been waiting for.
Which you said when we had the conversation a couple months ago. Guys, she's going to make nothing. She's going to make the minimum wage. Great.
Why? Makes $73,000 a year. But her contract for Nike.
But it's going to change. It's going to change because they had more people go to a Los Angeles Sparks game this year than the Lakers. There was more people attending a Sparks game this year than Lakers. Did you hear about this? When you get people, butts and seats, pay for people changes, cash flow changes. So
Clark isn't just popular. She's a phenomenon. Take that game against the Atlanta Dream. It drew a record-breaking crowd of 7,576 fans. That's not just a big number. It's a powerful statement. Fans are flocking to see Clark, translating into significant revenue for the league. But it's not just about ticket sales. Clark's impact extends far beyond the court. The Indiana Fever, her team, has experienced a 225% increase in corporate partnerships. That's not just growth. It's an explosion of interest, all thanks to one rookie. So how does this affect the other players? Here's where it gets intriguing. Clark's success isn't just boosting her own profile. It's shining a spotlight on the entire league, and that spotlight is revealing some uncomfortable truths about player salaries.
To win a tournament. And so people need to see, I think history is repeating itself, and Caitlyn Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats. And I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill because there is a great opportunity here, and I think jealousy is reigning.
Clark has been vocal about the need for better pay in the WNBA. Her rookie salary is just $76,000, while her endorsement deals are in the millions. A huge gap that's sparking conversations about the value of women's sports. Here's the kicker. Clark's success isn't just spotlighting the issue. It's paving the way for change. The increased attention on the league is putting pressure on raising player salaries. With more fans, sponsors, and TV deals, the WNBA might finally have the resources to make it happen. Speaking of TV deals, let's talk visibility. Last season, the Indiana Fever had just one nationally televised game. This season, they got 36 out of 40 games broadcast nationally. That's a complete transformation, all thanks to the Caitlyn Clark effect. And it's not just the Fever. Clark's popularity is elevating the entire league. More viewers mean more advertising dollars, merchandise sales, and growth opportunities. It's creating a ripple effect that benefits everyone. Now, you might be wondering about the tension we mentioned earlier. Yes, there's been pushback and some players feel overlooked. But here's the thing. All this drama keeps the WNBA in the headlines. In sports, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
I think I don't think the WNBA is ready for this type of attention that she's bringing to them. That attitude. There was another player that was crying after a regular season game, and you said the R word, Tom. I don't know why you were blocking it. Racism. Everybody's talking about like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, which we'll get into, Pat, after we go. He's just going on these panels and going, you know what? First he's bashing Trump, and then he goes into Caitlyn Clark, and she's everything about her is white, and he's going on these anti-white race things about her and how black personalities would be more successful if they were white. It's unattractive. It's making this victim.
Go ahead,
lady.
And she's been a magnet in a way that has benefited the league in ways that others have not, even though their efforts have been worthy and deserving of being as celebrated, if not even more celebrated. And it's a reminder that no matter how far we believe that we have advanced as a society, there's still such a long way to go. Because in the end,
look, this guy's embarrassing, bro.
You're bright, you're right, and as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot.
Think about it. When was the last time women's basketball generated this much buzz? The controversy, the record-breaking performances, the packed arenas, it's all converging into a perfect storm of attention for the WNBA. And that attention is the first step toward real, lasting change. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The league still faces serious financial struggles that won't vanish overnight. Yet, for the first time in a long while, there's genuine optimism about the future. As one insider put it, the league is in a more exciting place than ever.
Off with the racist BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball. Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because she's getting this, like, it's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species, and we're never, if he keeps having that type of attitude. It's ridiculous. It's like, what? Everything has to go back to race? Everything has to keep going back to race. She's really good.
Caitlyn Clark's explosive entrance has shaken things up, and now the WNBA has never been hotter. What's truly wild is that all the drama we discussed is actually propelling the league forward. More fans, more money, more attention. It's like Clark sparked a fire under the entire sport. So, here's the big question. Is Caitlyn Clark merely changing the game, or is she rewriting the rules for what's possible in women's sports? And are we ready for this revolution?